And now, I think. Okay. Live is starting. All right, we will start in. We are talking about Jesus speaks with man, heals him, so forth. Tells him to go take his mat, that type of thing. Look in John 5, and that's what we're looking at, mainly verses 1 through 14. Um, and then, of course, talks about the authority and the Son and all that. So what we're looking at is when Christ healed a man in Bethsaida, which was in Jerusalem. And what happened was he got in confrontation with the Sanhedrin. I believe it was the Pharisees specifically, Sanhedrin, and they were basically asking. Jesus told the man that could walk that his sins was forgiven. And then what happened was the Pharisees came up to Christ and asked him, like, how does he have this kind of authority and all this, not realizing who he is. And then Christ basically told him to get up and walk, um, showing them what his authority is, and showing them his power. That he was the guy that could walk could actually start walking. That was paralyzed. So that's pretty much the story, and we'll go through the questions. I know I go through these really quick, but I do expect you to read the whole chapter and all that. Why did Jesus go to Jerusalem at this point? Well, if you look at where he was walking through, he was just basically just stopping. He was trying, it just furthered his ministry for the kingdom. What did Jesus do and why? And we've been through that just a second ago. He told the guy to get his mat and walk to show that, yes, he does have the authority to forgive sins, and showing his power that he is God. What did the Sanhedrin, and then went through that, and then what can we gather from what Christ said of himself? Well, in doing and showing, he showed that he's God on earth. Where did the Sanhedrin err? They didn't even recognize God was right in front of them. Even though he did a miracle, and they're not thinking, well, where did the miracle come from? And they, try to trip him up, all that. But how long was the man that Jesus healed there, and why? And then the next one is why. What did the Sanhedrin say when the blind man was healed, and why? And then you can go back to John 5 on that. And then if, or no, that was Christ in that. They basically try to trip him up, and then he basically down here asks them about what they think of John, but they didn't want to turn everybody against him. So they just got in catch 22 because of the crowd and what happened at this point. So a lot of these should help you, but John chapter 5 is the central scripture on this, and yeah, just go ahead and read that. And yeah, I know that was only 3 minutes long, but hopefully that will help you out. And then we'll look at the next part of Jesus' life in another section of about, we did about 10 where he begins, and then we'll get into, I think, yeah, the Galilean ministry is next, and that's got about 51 to it. So we'll start there. But I'll put the notes in the blog thing. You get them on Facebook and get them on Discord here in a few. Hope that helps. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll send you a text or something. So have a good one, and may Christ be with you all.